Comparison is the best thing that you can do in your life. Wait. You believed me right there, didn't you? But did you notice the small T and C applied right next to it, terms and conditions applied? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But just like we do in life when we get a new deal or when we install any new app, we ignore those terms and conditions. But if we do the same thing in life, the results can be drastically different from what we really hoped for. And the terms and conditions in terms of comparison is that if you want a mediocre, unhappy, unjoyful, and sad life full of regrets, then comparison is the best thing that you can do. That is what the terms and conditions are. So, are you ready for that? Are you up for that? Do you want that kind of life? Most probably you don't. I don't want, and many people in the world don't want any kind of life like that. They don't even want their life to be anything close to that. But the reality is, we ignore these terms and conditions in life and we keep on comparing ourselves to other people around. You open Instagram and the first thought is comparison. Oh, that person looks so good in this dress. I'm so skinny or I'm so big, whatever it is. We have those kind of thoughts, right? When we come across a book, we say, oh God, this person has such a good writing style. Why don't I have this kind of writing style? I write so bad. When we listen to our favorite singers, gosh, I just wish I had that kind of a voice. I would have become a superstar. We are always comparing. We never ever stop that. But why do we do that? How do we stop doing that? And how can we get rid of these terms and conditions applied and actually start living a life that is happy, joyful, and something that we truly want to live, something that is regret free? That is what we'll understand in today's video, where we learn how to stop comparing ourselves with others. Let's begin. Let's start off with understanding why do we even compare ourselves with other people in the first place? And the answer is we are conditioned in that way. It's as simple as that, really. It is not because of some psychological thing or what. It is just that we are conditioned in that way right from our childhood. And that begins from the moment where we are born. You might be thinking, how is that even possible? Well, here it is. When you are born in the hospital, your height and weight are measured, and then it is seen whether you are an average baby, an underweight baby, or an overweight baby. That's where people are comparing you to other babies, right? Based on your height and weight. Well, those are some necessary things. That is where the change starts off. Then, if you have siblings, your parents compare you to your siblings and whatever it is. When you get into school, your teachers compare you with other students. There are benchmarks, there are averages for comparison. Okay, this student got 90%, he is higher than this girl who got only 70%. That is how the world works. That is how everything happens. In universities, okay, these were the top 1% students, these were the bottom 1%. Nobody talks about the bottom 1%. Everyone talks about the top 1% only. And then when we get into companies or when we build something on our own, whatever it is, we compare. Oh, that guy is making these many dollars a month. I'm only making this much. That's bad. Or, oh, see, I am making this much and that guy is only making that much. Both attitudes, both are comparison, both are not good for us. But the basic thing is that is how the world works. That is how we have been conditioned from childhood. And we have many personal averages that okay, this is my average, this is my average. And the thing is, those personal averages just have to be personal, they don't have to be compared with other people. But because of this conditioning, we keep comparing, we keep thinking, okay, that person's better, I am not this good, or that person is worse than me, I am better, whatever it is. Now we move on to why is comparison bad for us? Because if we were conditioned in this way from childhood, why would it be bad, right? But the truth is, it really is bad. And the number one reason for that is comparison damages our sense of self. It makes us feel utterly worthless. It makes us feel we are nothing. You open up Instagram, scroll through that for 30 minutes, you will get this feeling. Because You're seeing such perfect lives, you're seeing some such perfect things, perfect destinations, perfect food, perfect clothes, perfect work, a big smile on people's faces. And what you might not realize is, as soon as the camera clicks, there is a big smile on their face, and they click a photo, and as soon as the camera is off, they're like this. You will never know. You never know what the truth is. But we often compare ourselves to what we are seeing, what other people are showing us, and that then damages our sense of self. That makes us feel, I am not, I'm nothing, I'm worthless, what do I even deserve? And that then gives rise to imposter syndrome. To understand this in detail, you can go check out the video I made on imposter syndrome by clicking up here. That video will take you in an in-depth guide on how you can overcome imposter syndrome. Today, let's talk about comparison and get to the root of it. So, the first thing is, it damages your sense of self, it makes you feel worthless. And do you really want to feel that way? Do you really want to feel that you are worth nothing? That's a question you ask yourself. That's a question you reflect on. That's a question you find an answer to. And if it is yes, you are free to compare again the terms and conditions that we discussed at the start. Comparison is the best thing you can do if you want a unhappy, unjoyful, and regret filled life that you hate. That's your choice. Then the second reason why comparison is bad is that it does not actually help us achieve our goals faster. We think, all right, I think that person is doing so well, maybe I should go to that level, maybe I should get to that. But that is not the case. That instead makes us feel worthless, that instead makes us feel, okay, I am not doing good at all, I am so bad. It takes us into a rut of negative thinking. You don't really want that. You don't want your life to be full of negativity, right? And so, while you might feel, when I compare myself to others, when I see how well they are doing, I will be motivated to take action, it comes out as quite the opposite. In fact, you can use comparison. This is something that happens on a subconscious level, that you often use comparison as an excuse to not take action. How? Is a simple way. Let's say that you are a writer and you are not quite feeling it, you don't want to work on your book, and you're feeling, maybe I'll start tomorrow, and all. You have that inner doubt. And then you see, oh, let me just see what other writers are doing. Maybe that will give me some inspiration. And while that is good, the angle that we look at it from is comparison. That person is here, but I am here in respect to that. And we see, oh, this writer writes so well, they write a book in 8 days. That's awesome. Then there is this writer, she writes, let's say, 1,000 words in half an hour. That's super cool. It takes me 3 hours to get 1,000 words, and that person gets it done in 30 minutes. We compare ourselves, we see all of that, and that does not motivate us to take action. That overwhelms us. That gives us, oh my, that gives us this sense that, oh my god, these people are doing so much. Where do I even start? And that's where you break off from action. That is where you stop working on the thing that you want to. That is where you feel, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. It stops you from actually getting to your goal. Mark Twain said, comparison is the death of all joy, and he could not have said it any better. When you build the habit of comparison, because just like any other thing, if you do comparison regularly, you will make it a habit as well. If you end up making comparison a habit, you will become the person who is always toxic, who is always negative, and who is also always egoistic. This might sound counterintuitive, but ego arises from comparison as well in a different sense. One type of comparison is, oh, I'm so bad, I'm so worse. That is victimizing yourself. That is saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not made out for this, not taking action, as we just discussed. The other type of comparison is, see how great I am so better than all of these people, I have 10,000 followers on Twitter, any kind of thing like that. You feel that you're getting egoistic. You have to keep both sides of comparison in check, alright? Because if you spend too much time in comparison in any way, whether it is in the ego format or in the form where you say, oh, I'm not good, and all of that, the other side, you will become a toxic and negative person that everyone hates. No one will like to be around you. They might sugarcoat their words and say, oh, it was nice meeting you. But as soon as they get out of the room, they'll be like, ah, thank God, that person is so negative. I just don't want to be next to him. Whatever it is. You don't want people to think that way. You don't want yourself to be that toxic and negative person. And that is why comparison is bad. Now the question comes, how do we stop comparing? Because if it is something that we have been doing from our childhood, then it has already become a habit. It has already become a pattern that is ingrained in our brains. How do we break that? That is what we'll understand now, beginning with the first thing, that is be you. You know, many times we see, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, I'm not good at writing, I'm not good at coding. But how many times have you paused to think, what am I really good at? How many times have you taken a sheet of paper and wrote, okay, these are my plus points, these are my minus points, what am I good at, what am I not good at? When have you made both lists impartially? Never. We rarely ever do that. And that is where the problem is. We don't feel that we have to focus on that. But isn't it wrong if we just focus on the negative side and not on the positive side? If we see other people doing that, we say, oh, that person is opinionated, or that person is just negative. They just think from one perspective. They should be more open minded. The truth is, all of us need to be more open minded about ourselves and about the things that we are good at. And there is one battle, one war that all of us have, that is going on inside. That is the thing that we are having. And that is the war that no one can beat you at. That is the game that no one can beat you at. And that is being yourself, being you. Many times you have this conflict. Oh, should I be like this? How the society expects me to, or how I think I should be, or how I am in comparison to others, or I should go to this side where I'm authentically myself, where I'm unapologetically myself. We have this conflict going, and if you choose this side, you will win all games, you will win all barriers, you will cross over them. Why? Because you are doing the one thing that you are best at, that is being you. This does not mean that you stop growing or that you stop learning. That is always a part of the process. The thing is, it does not have to be in comparison to others. Define that, start being you, and remember, you can do anything in the world, but you cannot do everything. At the end of the day, you have to make the choice. You have to decide, what opportunity cost are you willing to pay. Are you willing to sacrifice your happiness, your joy, your peace, your life, so that you can fit into a box that the society has defined? Or are you willing to let go of comparison, let go of all those shackles, and create the life you want? The decision is yours, the choice is yours. Make the right one, start being yourself, pick that battle, and you will create the life you love. The next way to overcome comparison is to set your own personal averages, but just for yourself. You don't have to share them with anyone else. You don't have to compare them with anyone else. Set the levels. Okay, in terms of my writing, this is where I am, this is where I want to go. In terms of my health, this is where I am, this is where I want to go. In terms of my financials, in terms of my money, wealth, this is where I am, this is where I aim to go. Set those averages, set those goals, and then each and every day reflect, understand, how were you better than yesterday? What did you do good than yesterday that helped you raise your bar a little bit? Now, this is not in comparison to anyone else, this is in comparison to yourself, and that is what will build back your sense of self. That is what will build back your self esteem. Because oftentimes we get confused between the terms self esteem and ego. And a simple clarification is, ego is when you compare yourself with others to feel that you are the best one, and self esteem is when you compare yourself to who you were yesterday and see how much you have progressed, how much you have grown in reality. And that is what builds your confidence. That is what builds your passion. That is what builds your happiness. So, set your own personal averages, set the ideals that you want, define them, and grow on them every single day. Yes, there will be times you will not be able to take action. There will be times where you will feel, okay, today was worse than yesterday, and that is okay. No one lives a perfect life. Even I have days where I get nothing done, where the whole day, even I don't get where the whole day has gone. That happens. Don't worry. Use those days as reflection points. What could I have done better? Get into action the next day. Move on, keep going, and set your averages just for yourself. And then the next thing is celebrate all of your achievements. What we often do is we compare our average and kind of bad moments of life with the best and the glorious moments of other people's lives. We see, oh, that person just got a new promotion. He posted that on his LinkedIn, he posted that on his Instagram. But what we don't see is that that person had to grind every single day for 2 years to get to that promotion. And here we are crying and thinking, I am doing so much, I am not getting the promotion. What are you thinking? Don't think that way. So the thing is, celebrate all small achievements. Don't compare your average moments with other people's best moments, because again, as we said, people don't share the whole picture. People just show the best side of themselves. Always keep that into account, and then remember, you only have to compare to yourself, and for that, start celebrating every small win that you have. Every day, keep a reward for yourself. Okay, if I improve from yesterday, this is what I'll give myself. Maybe I'll watch one episode of my favorite series, whatever it is. Celebrations as small as these or as big as a big party when you get a promotion, or when you get married, or whatever your life goal is. I don't know what your goals are. When you get to them, whatever it is, you define that, you get to that, you host a big party, you host a big celebration as you like it. Again, not for others, for yourself. Celebrate those achievements, and that will build your confidence to another level. You will not just be comparing yourself with others, but you will start recognizing the wins that you have. You will start recognizing the positivity that rises in you, and that, my friends, is the best thing that can happen. And then the other thing is, this habit will take time to break. When you see yourself on social media, when you see other people's posts, you will naturally feel, gosh, I wish I could have that life. That person's doing so well. That's great. Appreciate them, and then break that thought process right there. When you feel, okay, I'm getting into comparison, break it right there. Pause and ask yourself, what is my personal average? What are my goals? What is my purpose? Stick to that. Don't compare yourself with others. While yes, there will be moments where these things slip, where you feel bad, where you get into that zone, I am the worst and all, that is all right. Quickly move on from that, right? The thing is, when we feel that, okay, some people are happy, some people are sad, the reason is not that the happy people feel less sad. It is that they feel the same level of sadness, they feel the same level, or maybe even more frustration. The difference is they get out of that very quickly. They feel, okay, this is how I'm feeling, let me feel it, I'll move on. That is the attitude you should have in comparison. Okay, fine, sometimes you might find yourself catching those patterns, break them right there. Sometimes you might be feeling a little bad. All right, feel that, let that be there, then let go of it, then don't stick there, move on. That is how you let go of this habit, that is how you break it. Follow these steps, stop comparing, and you will reverse the terms and conditions, and the statement will become, comparison is the worst thing in your life, don't do that. And then the terms and conditions will be, please follow this advice if you want a happy, joyful, incredible, successful, regret free life that you enjoy and that you truly live up to the most. And I'm sure all of you will sign up for that offer right away. That is something that you want, then follow these steps, do all of this, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you feel about comparison? How has comparison impacted your life? Let's hear your stories. Let's all connect and let's all grow as a community. And hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that anytime a new video comes out, you get notified and you are able to keep your journey to success fast tracked with each video. And hit the like button because it keeps me motivated and it keeps me going. And also share this video with more and more people. Help your colleagues understand that, all right, it is okay not to compare, it is okay to fall off sometimes. What matters is build your confidence, build your pace, and build your personal averages. Share it with your friends, with your family, with as many people as you can, so that we can break out this chain. We can start looking at the positive side, and we can stop comparing ourselves with other people. Let's do that. And remember, you are limitless, you are incredible, and you will rock the world. Be yourself, be unapologetically yourself. Follow your dreams, follow your passion, and you will succeed. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.